welcome back to the final week of confirmation. What's happened? How has it gone this quickly? It's amazing to me. And congratulations, you've made it to the end of this year. I figured this week, since this should be kind of a celebration and we can't do it in person, I figured I'd do this a little bit differently. So I took a little adventure and I'm going to show you that real quick here. Hello everyone. We're going to go on a little trip this week for your final confirmation lesson this year. And to do that, we're going to do it on the best way that we possibly can get around Bemidji. That is on 2 wheels instead of 4. And yes, I wear a helmet when I bike because I have gotten into a bike accident before, so safety first. So let's go on a little trip. So if you haven't guessed already, we're going to keep the tradition alive of going to Lucky Dogs every year, and you should be getting in the mail, along with a letter, a $5 gift card to Lucky Dogs. And first and foremost, I want to do a shout out to Lucky Dogs. Thank you again for keeping this and working with us to keep this tradition alive. Again, when you go and get your whatever you get at Lucky Dogs, make sure to thank them and tell them you're from First Lutheran. They would greatly appreciate it. I know it's one of their highlights to their year. And so make sure that you do that when you go through with that. So, second, if you are an 8th grader and you're going through the confirmation process, please make sure to read that letter. There's some additional information there as we're talking about how we're looking at doing things for confirmation this year. It's a little bit crazy, it's a little bit chaotic, but we will make sure that this all comes together. 3, what are we doing as we move forward? First, one thing that I've been doing for the high schoolers and I'm going to invite you guys into is I have been doing a weekday update. So it's typically coming out every Friday. I'm kind of going through what's been going on at church, trying to have some kind of fun skits with it, trying to make it just something more fun. The other thing with that is in the letter that all of you will be getting will be my contact information. I'll have my cell phone number along with my work email. Please, please, please utilize them. I really am missing having that interaction with you. And I always have looked at you as part of my boss, that you guys help direct what I'm supposed to be doing. And so when I'm not hearing feedback from one of my bosses, it's been really difficult to make sure that I'm making and providing the right guidance. And especially as we move into these summer months, I need to have guidance from you on what we're going to be doing. That also leads into right now in the church is a great time for getting feedback on what's going on. Because you've probably heard, and if you've been listening to services and even some of the daily devotions, Corey had a great one this last week discussing about when we come back together physically in the building of First Lutheran Church, and we're probably going to have some type of service before that, but things are not going to be the same. They just aren't. There's going to be things that are different. And this is a great opportunity, especially as being a young person in the church, to have your voice heard and to give ideas on what you think would be good things to look at moving forward with. I already know of a few things that are in process right now that are going to change how worship is in small facets. And I would love to hear how you perceive that and different things that you would like to see, because this is a great time. If there are ideas or different things that you would wish that we would have done or wish that we haven't done before, this would be a great time to start having those discussions, and I can start seeing how we can make sure that that stuff is in the mix and still being discussed and talked about. 8th graders, in your letter, you'll see a little bit more about that, especially as when you are confirmed at First Lutheran, you are seen as a young adult member of the congregation. You're technically an adult member. And what then privileges that gives you, the ability to be able to, again, have your voice heard more. So I think it's one of these things to embrace in this time as we are going through this is a real opportunity to make a huge difference, not only for you and the youth of First Lutheran, but the church as a whole. Not only First Lutheran Church, but the whole church as a whole. One more thing that I want to make sure that I touch base on is the National Youth Gathering. I know I've been bringing it up a lot. I really want to be hearing feedback if this is something that you're interested in. And I'll put the thing right there for the National Youth Gathering. And I'll attach in the links below some of the stuff that's coming together on that. There's different social media channels that's showing different things that are going on and connecting with that. And again, that's for this last year, 7th and 8th graders would be able to go on that trip. So again, I'm looking forward to hearing from all of you. I'd love to hear different ideas, and I really want to connect with all of you. Trust me, I have enjoyed making these videos for you, but I so much just miss spending time with you guys. You guys bring a lot of energy and a lot of joy and excitement into the church. And to be honest, we still have some of that, but it's not the same. And I miss seeing your faces, and I miss seeing and feeling your guys' energy. So I'd love to connect with you. I'd love to hear back from you. And I would love to, even if we have to be pen pals back and forth, I would enjoy doing that with you and your family. So thanks again for a great year, and thanks again for the volunteer leaders who have helped with this year. I know this year's been really weird, but I appreciate how much all of you have been just rolling with the punches this year. It's really made for a unique year, and I think this is a major turning point in this program. In a lot of ways, there's been a couple things that I've been thinking about implementing that I've kind of learned from this last few months, and I'm really excited about what that will mean as we look to the future. But I'm also really excited that, okay, now we're transitioning into this continued weird space of what the summer months are going to look like, and I'm not sure what that's going to look like, but I look forward to hearing from all of you and learning what we can still do and how we can still grow together. So I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks again for a great confirmation year, and let's keep this ball rolling. I'll see you next time.